one thing that I was just stood out for all of us was Manish Pandey. If there was anyone who needed to get the job done for Hyderabad today, it was Manish Pandey. Yeah. And I think even those last sixes may have padded his batting average a bit, but he certainly didn't do the job for them. And I think if you have a batsman who's played that many balls, he has a responsibility to at least try and finish. Often you can't finish, but it just didn't seem he was taking any risks at all.
That is, you look at numbers. This is where numbers become kind of sometimes just a little confusing, but you have to have seen the game and you need to know the story in this case, Harsha, right? Because you look at it independently and say, he got 61 or 44, but that's not the story, because an experienced player like him, if he's not out, you can't be 10 runs short.
I mean, you talked about the numbers. Okay, I've got the scorecard in front of me. You look at Johnny Bairstow, 55 of 40, strike rate 137. Manish Pandey, 61 of 44, strike rate 138. You say, what's the problem all about? It's because the Bairstow came in with the score 10 for 2 in the third over. And if they got back on track, whatever little they did, it was the shots that Bairstow played. So you see, if you break that innings up and say, okay, where did Bairstow come in? What was his role at that point? Where did the breakout come from? Once Bairstow was gone, it had entirely to be Manish Pandey. Instead, you had Nabi playing the big shots, and I mean, Samad will never bat number 7 for Hyderabad again. He will not. I mean, he has to bat at 6. Yeah. There's no point. I mean, he was last year. He played an innings like this. He hit 2 sixes of Pat Cummins. You're talking about one of the best bowlers in the world, and he was one of the front foot, one of the back foot. He's never going to bat 7 again. I mean, that's very clear. But that was the kind of approach Manish Pandey should have taken. I mean, that it came down to 17 of 1 ball to win. The problem which we had identified before the start of the season was the middle order and the urgency in the middle order, and which was the reason they had a Holder or a Bear or a Williamson playing last time. Now you understand why they were going for Krishnappa Gautam. They were going for Krishnappa Gautam because they wanted that Nabi equivalent as an Indian player, so they could play a Williamson or a Holder. And now their hands are tied. They can't do anything because Bairstow wants to bat at 4 and he scored runs. But the problem with the middle order spike still remains. I see to some extent Samad batting at 6 or even 5 the odd day, 6-5 thereabouts, and trying to bridge that gap and play that role.
Yeah, Samad was very impressive, and in fact, he was there for very little, but the positivity, the intent that he showed, dare I say, Joy, perhaps even more than the senior pros Vijay Shankar and Manish Pandey today.
Yeah, look, I won't blame Vijay Shankar because he came in, he whacked 1-6 when he got the opportunity. He was trying to force things. He was in a difficult position. I mean, really, you may think that we're a bit hard on Manish Pandey, but this guy is a senior pro. He's played 14 IPLs. He should know what's going on. He scored a ton of runs. He's been told you are the middle order batsman, and that's exactly what Harsha is saying, that if a number 3 batsman lasts till the very end, you expect him to take it over the line or to get out, at least forcing the rate slightly closer to where it was, not ending up with 22 in the last over. I mean, and that 22 in the last over is why? Because Abdul Samad whacks Pat Cummins and brings it down to a decent rate. Otherwise, it's really 37, 38 of 2 overs. It's actually Abdul Samad who makes it respectable before Manish Pandey does. And I think if Pandey does not take it, I would go so far as to say, sit down one match, think about what you're doing, because we're here to win matches. And there just wasn't enough intent here.